Hello, what is up, everybody? My name is Mario Pichardo. Welcome to another video. Today, we're going to be talking about a story out of Bloomberg. It says Amazon is working on a device that can read human emotions. It's funny because I just worked on another video talking about the Mona Lisa and how the Mona Lisa can now be, by just a single photograph, people can kind of make the Mona Lisa like a real life person in the way that she speaks, in the way that she kind of acts, and that's all from what single photograph. And you have to see the video footage of it happening. It's actually mind-boggling just to kind of see it and to know that it exists. It looks like here Amazon's kind of trying to one up everybody by actually developing a machine that can read human emotions. And what that spells for the future is even more interesting, potentially ominous. But from what we can see here, Amazon is using the technology to kind of pay attention to your the tone in which you say things, which makes a lot of sense because when you think about it, a majority of what we convey to other people happens not in the words that we use, but in our tone and our body language. So I think for Amazon, by grabbing the tone, I think they realized that, well, we can really tell if someone's angry. Are they sad? Are they surprised? What are they nervous? What can we really tell based off of someone's tone, and how can we use the tone to have better communications with people? And the example that they use here is where this woman's talking to Alexa, and she sounds sick, or the machine notices that she sounds sick, and so it answers her question or whatever she asks Alexa, and then it asks, "Oh, would you like a recipe for chicken noodle soup?" Which is in a way is great, and it's kind of in a way endearing that Alexa would do that. But also, I really question how much power we as the consumer, as the, I guess, subject, really want Alexa and Amazon to have, or really anybody in general, to have about our emotions. Do we really want them to know when we're mad? Do we really want them to know all of these things? I think it's weird because it's kind of entering into a situation where voice assistants can kind of, and not just voice assistants, but machines and databases kind of know so much about you now, where they know, and even like Facebook with its shadow profiles, where they build profiles on you, even if you've never had a Facebook account, based off of what information other people who do have Facebook accounts have on you. And so even if you've never logged into Facebook ever, Facebook has a profile on you based off of other people. So for example, if I go into and I open the Facebook Messenger app, and the app asks me if it can have access to my contacts, and if I gave it access to my contacts, well, then now every person that was in my contacts list, Facebook creates in a separate profile for. And not only that, but Facebook will look at, okay, well, what did I name this person? Did I name this person Mom? If yes, then I know that this person is, let's say, Jerry's mom. And this person is marked as Jerry's sister. And so I know that this is Jerry's sister. And so Facebook kind of does that to kind of get all of these connections and kind of start to build profiles on different people. And that's kind of scary because that all happens without you ever having consented to Facebook building a profile on you. And now to start to see them not only have all these data points about us, because social media is so big right now, but to now also be able to read our emotions, particularly when there were claims that, and it's talked about here, claims where, Amazon admitted that it did have a group of people who were listening in on conversations people were actively having. This is an Amazon admittance to the fact that we are being listened to by a group of Facebook uh, individuals who have so much access now, unfettered access to uh, Alexa enabled devices in people's homes. And it kind of says, well, a lot of people had privacy concerns about that. And now to see Amazon come out with this other device now that can also read emotions. What happens when Amazon can not only hear everything you're saying, but they know if you just had a fight with your spouse? And so, yeah, in one way they can use that to try to help you, I guess. But I've never known anybody to turn to an electronic device run by a multinational corporation to comfort them in times of anger or to seek out advice or anything like that. So it's interesting because it points towards a future where, uh, you know, here, this is the example I like to use for this. If you have, if a company like Amazon or Facebook or anybody will know all of these like kind of weird data points where they know if you, let's say like, oh, if this person, for most people who wear blue on a Saturday, they tend to go eat, I don't know, ice cream. If it's also sunny out, they kind of have all these weird kind of like data points that they can kind of match up by looking at huge amounts of data about like hundreds of millions of people to kind of tell what the most likely action that people are going to take is. So Facebook and all these other companies actually have profiles on you that can kind of predict your behavior and tell, okay, well, Jose today is going to go do this because he did this in the past, and I know this because of this and this and this, and this is the same pattern he had last time where he did the same thing 95% of the time. And so they're able to actually predict what you're going to do, where you're going to go, what you're going to buy, who you're going to be with. And the sheer fact that they have all that information on you already is kind of like, well, what privacy do I really have anymore in America or abroad? And then it's kind of like, well, if they have all of this information or they have all of this stuff on me, how much further is it going to go? And maybe for a lot of people, the question, or maybe the answer really is, well, I don't really care because, I mean, they have all this already, and I'm not doing anything bad, so does it matter? And then I think at the other end of that, people kind of don't realize that, in America in particular, this country is founded on freedom and independence, freedom from any kind of tyranny, whether that be government or corporate tyranny or anything of the like. But to kind of just see those, kind of just let these things kind of fall through our fingers, and kind of really just start to let go of our privacy, let go of our concerns, is to kind of like spit in the face of the people, our ancestors who fought for these rights, who fought for freedom and fought for liberty and fought for a person's right to have that, and all in the name of what could presumably be considered safety, even because we see that even with Facebook, for example, Facebook allowed actually has it was from leaked documents from an internal employee of Facebook. Facebook has actually a blacklist of people who they don't want to see, who they're looking for reasons to deplatform, people who they're looking for reasons to take their pages off of Facebook, their pages down from their profiles down from Instagram, so on and so forth. And it's come out recently that, well, not only do they have a quote unquote dangerous list of people that they're trying to get rid of, but they also included on that list are British politicians who are actively campaigning. And so that in and of itself not only shows Facebook's proclivity to campaign meddling in national elections, but it also points toward the fact that Facebook is biased towards people who disagree with its with its mission. And we are also really starting to see that the people who are being put on these lists are really anybody who disagrees with Facebook. In other words, if you are participating in wrongthink, then you're going to be blacklisted. And why would we want companies who are actively even doing this now, particularly Amazon, where they even participated in book burning, where they took anti-vaccine based documentaries or the like off of their platform, as a form of modern day book burning, who also took other books offline their store in a form of modern day book burning. Why would we want a company that does things like that, that pushes a lot of fake news out through the Washington Post, who's now actually came out a little while ago, is seeking to fund the failing New York Times and failing BuzzFeed to prop them up so that they can continue to publish stories? Well, not only do we have an incredibly powerful multinational corporation that's single-handedly destroying commerce within the United States and abroad through Amazon, but we're also starting to see that that same company has microphones in everybody's houses. That they have the email addresses, the home addresses, the credit card numbers for hundreds of million for a very large percentage of the public, and so now they not only have Alexa in people's houses, do they control a lot of the information flow through the books that they sell, through Kindle ebooks, so on and so forth. But now they're also working on a technology to be able to distinguish between humans' emotions. And so it's no surprise that they have profiles on people who use their Alexa devices to be able to distinguish between who's speaking. But now if they can also tell, what you're feeling at the time, well, that's just another data point. And so not only do they know, what you listen to, who you like, the people that you follow online, but now they're also able to tell how you feel about those things, which is really a lot of information, because I think that any psychologist will tell you that the more that you know about a person's feelings, really the more that you can predict their next set of actions. And so, I think that this technology could be good, but I think that in the hands that it's being put in these tech companies have proven to us to be more detrimental than potentially good. So, and then it's not all is not lost, because we also know that we have some sort of Internet Bill of Rights will inevitably be pushed. I think that we'll see restrictions, regulations being placed on Facebook. I think the same ones will partially at least be placed on Google. So we will start to see some amount of government intervention. And I think that from that point, we'll be able to move forward and kind of say, well, do we need to restrict Amazon? Because I think that it's very clear Amazon has a monopoly, Apple has a monopoly, Facebook absolutely has a monopoly, and something has to be done about these tech oligopolies to deal with the insane amounts of power that these companies have. Over 1 billion people go on Facebook. I mean, to have that much data on that many people and everybody that those people know is incredibly insane. I mean, and then to also have data points to be able to plot things about them is the sheer amount of access to information that Facebook has on people. I think that if people really realize the full scale of it and the scale of what it's being used for, would completely be earth-shattering if all of that information really leaked out there. But we've even seen it in bits and pieces where Facebook has been very reckless in its handling of the private information of individuals. So yeah, I mean, this video is already running a little long. So if you guys like the video, be sure to hit that like button and hit the bell icon so that you're notified the next time we have a video out there that goes live. But also be sure to smash that subscribe button if you love the video, so that you can be notified. So just so that you guys can see the next video every time it goes up. But don't be afraid to comment on the video, because any sort of engagement lets YouTube know that, hey, this is a cool video. People like it. There's engagement here. We should share with more people. So if you guys like the video, please feel free to help me out. You also don't have to. It's not something you need to do. But if you guys find this valuable, please feel free to do that. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Everybody take it easy. Peace.